The idea of the university has never undergone more radical changes than it has in the last 60 years. Many universities that once promised spiritual and intellectual formation now promise financial prosperity. Institutions of learning, once the moral lifeblood of a nation, have become and are becoming businesses that wield their elitism as a marketing gambit. The academy is abandoning the ideal it was built upon. These changes have necessarily altered the way academics understand their calling. Academics are the teachers, writers, researchers, doctors, and scientists who have dedicated their lives to the public good and whose work is in service to the health of the nation. Witnessing the corruption of the academy, the exploitation of early career academics, the priority on publishing over teaching, its general indifference toward the teacher and lecturer and, consequently, the students, its expurgation of the best of the liberal arts, what they have to offer in favor of money, all of this has forced many of its greatest minds to fulfill their calling elsewhere. And the academy tells its academics at this point in time, your work is valuable insofar as it supports the monetary interests of your institution. And this message is often at odds with the academic's higher calling to the public good. And no one has described that higher calling better than Samuel Johnson, I think. In his brief essay, published in 1793, on the character and duty of an academic, he says this, and I'm reading from this page that I have taped over my desk. An academic is a man or woman supported at the public cost and dignified with public honors that he may attain and impart wisdom. He is maintained by the public that he may study at leisure. He is dignified with honors that he may teach with weight. The great duty, therefore, of an academic is diligence of inquiry and liberality of communication. Of him that is appointed to teach, the first business is to learn. An unintermitted attendance to reading must qualify him to be heard with profit. For such, our colleges may be considered as the citadel of truth, where he is to stand on his guard as a sentinel, to watch and discover the approach of falsehood, and from which he is to march out into the field of controversy and bid defiance to the teachers of corruption. For this service, he can be fitted only by laborious study, and study therefore is the business of his life, the business which he cannot neglect without breaking a virtual contract with the community. This vocation of the academic is no longer supported by the current model of academia. The adjunctification of labor, the publisher-parish culture, the marginalization of teaching, and administrative bloat, and the general erosion of the liberal arts have created an environment in which the duty of the academic is nearly impossible. Many of the finest minds abandon the academy, disillusioned and displaced. I'm fulfilling the academic's duty, I believe, on my online digital school for poetry called Versed, where I host lectures and seminars to over 250 public readers. But many others have taken to Substack and other platforms. And I'm still in the academy because I believe in the academy. And one thing that I've learned is that if the academy will not value the humanities, then those outside the academy will and do. So what is needed now? Some believe that the answer is destruction. There are many who would have the academy utterly dismantled. Men who, usually ironically, are the direct beneficiaries of the intellectual wealth distributed by the academy. Such an attitude is like that of the Vandals who, after glutting themselves on the fruit of the land, uproot the vineyards, or like the iconoclasts who destroy the monuments of a civilization they neither understand nor value. No, destruction is not the way. If the academy were destroyed, I fear to imagine what hideous forms would be erected in its vacancy. What is needed now is reform, a kind of reform that only those within the academy can bring about. Departments in the humanities must once again make themselves visible to the public. They should host public lectures, book talks, civic conversations as demonstrations of their enduring relevance. The academy must loosen its grip on hyper-specialization, which too often cloisters scholars in jargon and obscurity, and it should instead reward those who cultivate breadth, clarity, and relevance. They need to prioritize the hiring of professors whose love for their subjects are infectious. Most crucially, institutions must renew their commitment to teaching, its highest and most sacred trust. They really should seek out and uplift teachers that are there whose enthusiasm animates the classroom and whose love of learning proves contagious. True reform will not come by policy alone, but by the restoration of the sense of public good. The Academy must support more public-facing scholarship and activity. It must encourage its academics to sally forth into the fields of controversy, as Johnson wrote, to write, to speak, to teach beyond its walls. Only by doing so can colleges reclaim their place as citadels of truth and servants of public good. The Academy is a servant. It should be, anyway. And the Academy, again, could be a place where academics flourish.